morning, people of YouTube. So we're heading north towards Rugby. We'll spend at least a night there, maybe two, depends whether we like it or not. And then we'll head south again. Today is clear-ish. There's quite a cold breeze blowing against the jacket. So our cruise continues. The morning rush hour. I'm going to turn around. So I'll go around you this way. Really nice here, very rural. Rugby now, been very rural all day. Now we're starting to see the signs of the urban fringe, but it's still very green. Rugby, of course, is the home of rugby, the game, the ball game. This is the harvester in Rugby. Whoops, can't go there and out, social distancing in place, but it's the first time we have been out for a meal since March the 25th, and that's because of you-know-what lockdown. It's going to be quite an occasion. Birgit's having ribs and I am having steak, of course beer. Birgit's having cider. Very, very empty. Fine, I don't mind. Everybody who's not here is losing out. Well, there's the canal. Our boat is down there around the corner. The food wasn't amazing, but it was adequate. Yeah, it was adequate. This is so much quieter and relaxing than the hectic traffic. And there's our boat. So there are a whole bunch of other boats around here earlier, which have all left. Rugby town centre. Little market going on there. I'm actually finding Rugby a very nice town. It's quiet, Saturday morning. It's quiet because of lockdown, still very much in evidence. Now I'm walking down towards the William Webb Ellis Rugby Museum and Rugby School. This here behind me is a statue of William Webb Ellis, who is credited with creating the game of rugby. He was a pupil at Rugby School. Legend has it that he was playing football and decided, okay, I'm done with convention, and he picked up the ball and started to run with it. And so the game of rugby was born. There is a museum dedicated to him, but it's not open yet. Go have a look at that just now. In the meantime, I'm going to go and look at the school. This here is Rugby School, founded in the 1500s, I think 1567, I stand under correction. I don't believe it was in this place back then, it has moved. But it's been a school since then, and it is of course the school where William Webb Ellis was supposed to have invented the game of rugby. Once again, I stand under correction, around about 1823. Town is very much about rugby, Hall of Fame. A lot of these places are not open, unfortunately. Some of them open later, or they're not open at all because of social distancing and all that. But I hope something will be. Well, there you go. The Webb Ellis Museum is closed. It's not to be today. Perhaps another time. Rugby Hall of Fame. Sorry to say, also looks pretty closed. So, sorry rugby fans, trip through either the Webb Ellis or the Hall of Fame Museum, it's out of the question. It's because of you know what, which has closed everything down. We're not going to be in rugby again for a while, so for the rugby fans, bit of a disappointment for myself as well. Maybe next time. Oh yes, Rugby really is a very nice town. I'm walking now back down towards the canal. Very shady, green, lots of trees, nice residential area. And if you think there's something different about me from the previous scene, there is. I stopped in a barber shop, got a trim. On YouTube you can do stuff like that, because hey, it's real life. The thing with narrowboating, if you want something you have to carry it. That includes your shopping. And I'm not going to lie to you, beer is really heavy. You've got to carry it a couple of kilometers, or even a couple of 100 meters for that matter. Moving on. This isn't a really nice mooring where we were. It's quite busy. I've been bumped twice. So we're going to go move a little bit further up the canal, see if we can't find a place that is a little bit less busy and a little less narrow, maybe a little bit more rural. Tunnel there as well. We haven't quite decided whether to go through it or not. If we find a nice mooring before that, we'll probably stay there overnight. It's definitely better than where we were. That many mooring places. Yeah, I think this is private mooring anyway. Serious gardening happening on top of their boats. Going through another tunnel here at Newbold Tunnel. It's very short. 250 yards, so 200 meters odd. There is supposed to be a winding hole for the tunnel linked to the books, but there is not one, so through the tunnel we go. After the last two, this is a breeze. There's even a towpath through it. There we are, through the tunnel. There's supposed to be a winding hole after the tunnel, according to the books, and there isn't one there either. We continue until we find one. Just shows you can't trust everything you read, can you? The thing I've noticed about this Oxford Canal, there's not that many places to moor. The side is not vertical and it's very soft, so if you bang a peg in, the peg doesn't stick well. So I've got to say, I don't like the North Oxford Canal. Very overgrown, very narrow, and there's hardly anywhere to moor anywhere along, well, the stretch that we've been on, put it that way.